Hey, welcome back. Okay, so thank you for putting your name and your email address in the box there. I'm really excited about giving you this lesson today because I feel like it's something that people need to know, and I feel like when people do their personal training course, perhaps some of the real life lessons are left out. And there's a genuine reason for this in my opinion, and that's because that the gyms nowadays, they make a lot of money from you and I. They make a lot of money from personal trainers taking positions up in gyms. Means that they allow the personal trainer to work and to build their own business whilst paying a rent to the gyms. And I'm sure that you're familiar with this process. And here's the thing, if you're unsuccessful, and the failure rate of PTs is at an all-time high at the moment, if you are unsuccessful, then you leave and ultimately go back to your old job or go back to a normal job. And what happens is that someone fresh out of school comes through and the gym just snaps them up as the next PT in the next PT position, so that they can get their income. And that's something that I believe is changing the industry a lot, and it's making it a lot harder for PTs to be successful, because it's almost like a battle. When you first become a PT, you're fighting against all the other PTs to get those leads, and it can be a bit of a struggle when you've got rent demands to the gym that you're posted in. It really does become quite stressful. Now, I've been there myself. When I worked in a gym amongst 30 other personal trainers over in New Zealand, worked for a company called Les Mills, who you may have heard of. They're group fitness specialists, but they have their own line of gyms, or own fitness centres over in New Zealand. And I worked out there, and it was tough to start with. You're calling these cold leads, and you've got other PTs that are kind of looking to get their business off the ground. And it can be very competitive. And it wasn't until I kind of got my own way of doing things that I realised that I could make a success of things, and eventually actually left that position. After a year, I sold my client base to another trainer, and I actually moved back to the UK, in which I started as a mobile personal trainer. And back then, all I had was a medicine ball, a power bag, and a Swiss ball. And I used to work out the boot of my car, and I used to go and train people in parks and that kind of thing. And I realised that there needed to be some kind of growth here, because if I wanted a business that was going to allow me to change my life, then I'd have to set up a real business. So I set up a PT studio. I'm telling you the story because I need you to know where I've come from, so that you understand that I've been there and I've seen a lot of the things that make PT successful. And I want to share this information with you. So after a couple of years of working in my own PT studio, myself and the other two PTs that I was working with at the time, we peeled off, and I started my own gym, and I brought these two in to help me with this process. And now, a couple of years later, here we are as the directors of Reasons Fitness, and we have a gym which we recently extended into the unit next door. I'm responsible for almost 20 people, and I like to feel like I'm responsible for them putting food on their plate and for paying their mortgages, because I have employees, I have PT contractors working here, running their own business from here. And I also have physiotherapists and sports massage therapists and group fitness instructors. So I know what it takes to build a successful personal training business, and I'd like to give you some of that information so that you can get ahead of your competition. Now, how great would it be if you could build a business that was safe and secure? I know what it's like at the start. You give a lot of free time away, and you try really hard, and you work all strange hours trying to get those numbers in. Well, what if you could demand the times where you want to work, and people would have to fit in with you? Because that's possible. You can get to that stage. And what if it was possible for you to be earning not just what you want to earn to cover yourself, but earn more so that you can start to enjoy and provide for your friends and family, and to really have that financial freedom that you can get in the fitness industry? My first day in the fitness industry, working as a gym instructor, somebody who I was working with at the time said to me, "Why do you want to be in the fitness industry for? There's no money in it." And I remember that, and there is, because if you can make a success of your personal training business, then you can get paid a lot of money. Now, it turns out that person must have been having a bad day, because she's actually one of my best personal trainers now at my gym. I like nothing more than seeing professional personal trainers making a success of things, because I believe that we are changing the world. The world is getting more unhealthy every single day, and it's up to people like us, the good guys and the good girls, to make sure that we increase the awareness of health and fitness. So I can help you today be more successful in your business, so that you can carry on doing that. You can carry on serving your clients and future clients. So I'm going to teach you the 4 pillars of a successful personal training business. The first pillar here that we're going to talk about is positioning. if you're watching this video now, that means that you are in that small 1% of personal trainers that are actively looking for positive improvements in their business. And let's face it, you are in a business. You need to know about marketing, you need to know about sales, you need to know about what position you are in the market if you're going to be successful. Now, this isn't a playground, this is a business, it's a marketplace. And you are your own brand. You have to make sure that you attract the clients, that you get them to pay you, and that you deliver a product. And that has to all be aligned, and that's where your positioning comes in. So who are you as a personal trainer? Are you the guy or the girl that delivers amazing weight loss results, that transforms people's bodies? Are you the professional that increases muscle mass better than anybody else? What is your positioning? Now, don't get me wrong, you should have 2 or 3 things that you specialize in, but you better downright make sure that one of those things is weight loss, or some kind of way of rephrasing that term, perhaps weight management or fat burning. Because 95% of the people that come to you, this is based on my own client base throughout the years, will want to decrease their body fat and increase their muscle tone. And if you're not a specialist in that, then they're going to overlook you when they're looking through who they can train with. So you've got to make sure that you can deliver that. Okay, that's paramount. But then what angle are you going to come from? Are you the person that comes up with the best exercises that really hits the muscle groups that they need to hit? Are you the person that goes out there and sets the bar high by training really hard themselves? Are you posting pictures and videos on your Facebook all the time, of you hitting your goals? So what is your positioning? Are you the person that focuses more on motivation? I know some really good PTs that they aren't perhaps in the best shape, yet they are successful because they are approachable. So are you that person? So whatever it is that you are, you need to bring that to the marketplace. Okay, and that is all about positioning. What I would recommend today is that you will never, ever be the bottom end of the market. Take my advice, if you want to be successful, don't get into a broadband war, right? Don't try and undercut the next PT. That's a dirty place to be. And I guarantee that if you're someone who bases their business, their positioning on price, then you're going to struggle, because you're always going to attract the clients that are buying based on price, not quality. They're the ones that will stitch you up. They're the ones that won't turn up to their sessions, or they don't pay. Those people that take and never meet that reciprocity that you need from a client. Well, you'll attract those type of clients. And to avoid that, to build a good, stable, secure business, then you've got to kick them out. So position yourself higher up the market. You are now going to be either slightly above the midline or right at the top of the market. So make it easier for yourself and step your game up, but charge a little bit more for that. Okay? So middle end of the market to the top end is where you're going to be. If you're already there, then great. Keep doing that. Never go down, okay? It might be tempting, if things get tough and you need a bit extra cash. Never compromise on your prices. Okay? You're better than that, and you need to make sure that you get paid what you deserve. All right? So positioning is important. Know your message. Know what angle you're coming at. Know what you provide, and make sure that everything you say and everything you put out into cyberspace matches that positioning. Pillar number 2 is price. It's a little bit similar to point 1 in some ways. But price is really, really important. You should know your packages, right? So if I say to you now that I want to employ you as my personal trainer, and I've got 2 months, I want you to do something with me that's going to make me get into shape, what can you do for me? Now you should know right away what you would give me and how many weeks it would be, how much it would cost me, what my options were, how I can pay. Make it slick, make it easy for me to invest in you. The less thinking your customers have to do, the better. So make sure you've got your shit together, that you know your packages and you know your prices. Now a little tip today. Whatever you're charging at the moment per hour, add £5 or £10 to that, and that becomes your new hourly rate. All right, so check this out. If somebody asks you how much you charge, and that happens to me all the time, people out and around parties and out in town and that kind of thing. They say, so what do you charge for your sessions? I always tell them £5 or £10 more than I actually want from them. Okay, so that means that I get their curiosity when I say to them that I can save them some money if they buy one of my packages. Okay, so for example, let's take the average personal training income, which would be £30 a session. You would say to your potential client that you charge £40 a session. However, if you take me up on my 6-week transformation package, it works out cheaper. It will actually work out at £30 a session. However, I need that investment up front in order to get that saving. All right, you understand? And then all of a sudden it becomes more appealing for somebody to save themselves £10 a session to actually commit and pay you up front for the whole package. Now you'd be surprised, people love to buy. They like to be sold things, but they love to buy things. If you can present them with a nice looking package that includes a free assessment, a free weigh and measure, a free nutritional guideline or handbook or printout or something they can have in their hands, as well as ongoing phone support, text support, email support, however you want to do it. You do these things anyway, right? But you add them in as extras because it increases the value and increases what they're going to get for the price that you're giving them. So there's a couple of key bits of information in there that I could just talk to you about one of those things for 5 or 10 minutes. So if you missed that, go back, take that on board, add some money to your hourly rate in order to get the pull, the commitment pull, so that you get paid what you want, you get paid your price up front, and your customer feels like they're getting a great deal. And also add in those extras, but make sure you tell them that they're going to get those and they feel like they're getting more for their money. All right, and then of course you deliver a kick-ass product and they get the result they're looking for and everyone's happy. Create those win-win situations with your pricing. And please be confident about what we deserve as a PT. If you wanted to earn, under £10 an hour once you get money aside for tax and business investments back into your systems, then you might as well have stayed in, proper job. You're a personal trainer, you are in this industry, and if you want to stay in it, you've got to get paid what you deserve. Now soon, there's going to be a little bit of a shift in the industry. With the amount of personal trainers becoming qualified, I predict that it's going to go 2 ways. You're either going to be accelerated to the top, someone who gets paid a lot of money and has a great lifestyle, or you're going to be one of the people battling out at the absolute butt end of the industry, jumping on top of the next trainer trying to get that lead, selling yourself short by 10, 20, even £30 a session just to get paid. Now I know where I want to be and I know where I already am, and I ain't going back down there ever again, okay? I've learned from my mistakes. So I want to give you the heads up, that shift is coming. Make sure your pricing positions you, pricing and positioning, 2 pillars, at the higher end of the market if you want to succeed, and if you want to be here for a long time. Okay, so pillar number 3, remember these pillars are the foundations of your successful personal training business. You build that on these 4 things. And the third one is very, very important. Okay, this one's called presence. So you need presence. Now what I'm talking about here is not to give your clients presents, although that is a good thing to do on their birthdays and Christmas and when they achieve their goals. What I'm talking about here is presence. You need to be there. You need to be physically and mentally and emotionally connected with your clients every single session. Okay, so you need to be present. You need to be in that session with them, all right? Now they are paying you to be their trainer. They're employing you. They are giving you their hard-earned cash, the money that they could spend elsewhere in their lives, or indeed on your competition to do a better job than you. So you need to be present in order to give them the service that they deserve for them actually employing you as their trainer. All right, now in a competitive marketplace, you can't afford to be slack. You can't afford to be lazy. Now here's 3 things, 3 pet hates that I have about PTs when they get slack and lazy. Number 1 is they turn up late for their sessions. Number 2 is that they'll check their mobile phone, or they'll send text messages, or even worse, update their Facebook status when they're in a session. And number 3 is they talk about themselves. Now I cannot stress enough that they're paying you money, right? So that means that if they want to know about how your weekend was, if they want to know about the wedding that you went to, or how great your leg workout was, then they'll ask you, all right? Otherwise, you talk about them, ask them questions, be present and listen to their concerns. Listen to what they say to you so that you can advise them on what to do. Alright, so take everything in and be present. You have to be. If you're waking up in the morning and you're not looking forward to your sessions, take some fucking time off, okay? Because you need to be 100% present in every single session that you deliver. Earn your money, alright? If you earn your money and you make their service the absolute best it can be, then they'll never leave. They'll stay with you as a paid customer because they'll love coming training with you. Alright, so make sure you're present in every single session. That's going to help you build a successful personal training business. Okay then, pillar number 4 is passion. You need to have passion. Passion for your work, for what you do every single day and who you are. Passion for your clients and their progress, and passion for your continued improvement. You need to stay ahead. As I said before, the shift is coming. You've got a choice. You can either break through and you can be at the top, getting paid what you deserve, having a safe and secure business that gives you all the things you want from the lifestyle that comes along with being a personal trainer. Or you can be battling it out in a stressful environment for that next low-paid client to come along and just tick the box for you to be able to pay your rent both in your work and at home and to put food on the table. Now, ultimately, if you are in that lower end of the market when this shift happens, you will struggle to fulfill your duties as a personal trainer, and before you know it, you're going to be looking for another job. So I don't want that for you. I don't want that for any of the good guys or girls out there, including you, that are watching this video, that want to make a success of things. So make sure you're in that upper tier by having the passion in what you do. Deliver that passion every single session, making sure that you're giving your absolute attention to your clients every time you turn up. That it's about them and it's not about you. Okay? They are employing you to do a job. They are paying you their hard-earned cash to make them feel better about themselves. So if you can do that with passion, then they're going to keep coming back to you. Because sooner or later, they're going to get more frustrated. They're going to look for their hope and their security in other things, such as diet products and these silly little boot camps that we see getting advertised all over the place. They're going to start looking there instead of coming to you. And you and I both know that you've got more knowledge than both those things put together, and that you can create more of a positive change than any money that they invest in those other things. So it's up to us, the good guys and the good girls in the industry, to make sure that we deliver this every single session. So if you can do that, then you're going to dramatically increase the chance of you being a successful personal trainer in an industry that's ever becoming more and more saturated. So I hope that you've enjoyed and found this information very useful. And if you have any questions, then feel free to just send me an email. There's my email address just below this video. I'd love to hear back from you, and I'd like to know your biggest question that you have on your own business. Alright, that's all for now. I'm going to speak to you again very soon with some more information that's going to help you to get ahead. Until then, go and do these 4 things. Make sure that you have secure and strong foundations that you've built your business upon in order for it to be safe and secure and to fulfill your lifestyle requirements long term. Alright, if you're one of the good guys and one of the good girls, I know that you can pull through. You might just need a little bit of help, and that's what I'm here for. I've seen the ones that have made it. I've seen the ones that are killing it in the industry, and I know that they do all 4 of these things extremely well. So go ahead, be one of those, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.